drought, watching me bow. Soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them out, breaking them off, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need a win, who need a win? That's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine. Never could doubt mine. They running the route. I leave an outline when I hit them. Stiff on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope for sideline, a touchdown. I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Stiff on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope for sideline, a touchdown. I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that. Time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breathe out.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014. As you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Jackson from the shotgun. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
The tackle made at the...
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And just a yard to go here on second down. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Touchdown, L.A. Cole Kmet with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead.
Rams 7, 49ers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Jackson.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Being chased out left. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's had himself a game.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
Now they try the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous. Check. Check, nickel. Hey, middle. 52's the mic.
To throw is Jackson. forced out to his left. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Hey, Mark 52, Mark 52. I got one.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ball carrier.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Dancing to his left. Fighting through pressure. He'll fire deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Looking deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
1st and goal, Rams.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
No gain on the play.
So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Miles Sanders with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Rams 14, 49ers 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
He's brought down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Chase Young in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it.
49ers.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
At the 38-yard line.
Baby, that's big. You. Check, check. Lucky. 50 cheese and Mike. Watch Mike.
And some space here. Touchdown, 49ers. DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the draw, here's Sanders. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. But that's caught at the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Check, check. 40's mine. 40's the mine. 40's the mine.
On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it when they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Now a handoff looking right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 21 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game, are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Let's go, Big Sears right here. We got to step back.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
And it's third down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side.
Complete to
the goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now a handoff here to his running back. 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for the Niners. Give him 42 yards on the ground. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Short of the goal line.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Metcalf. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And incomplete. Brings up 4th and goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, good move. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's kept the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
First down, Los Angeles.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Sanders, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at
the corner, Perry Nickerson, had the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd down.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. The gun, they'll look to throw. Open man, Lamb, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
A 5-yard gain.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
First down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Not much there, only a yard. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
First down, Rams.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
A gain of 9 yards. And this is 3rd down.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from 51 yards for the win. And off the upright, and it caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided.